Yeah, cool, sick. Hang on.
I'm gonna cut it. That was pretty cool.
Oh, welcome back to the last Alliance of Noobs and Men. How y'all going? We're going.
How are you, audience? Talk to us, please.
Please talk to
Say
us
some words.
through the screen.
We're not filming this 2 months in advance.
How's your Christmas going? Because that's what time it is.
Did you get presents? Did you get the models you wanted?
Did you get the models you want? This is not going up at Christmas time. Or it's going up like in like 2 weeks.
I think it's coming up a week from now.
How's Easter?
How's the family?
how's 2022 treating you all? Oh my god, what a start. We're doing another army show.
Who's the host here? Sorry, Lee. Hi guys. Welcome back to the last line to Lubes and Men. Last Alliance of Noobs and Men. I'm Sean.
I'm Liam.
Liam. We're back at it.
We're back.
Us too. It's been a hot minute since we've been in a video together.
Yeah. First one and that's it.
Yeah.
One and done, let's go.
Another army showcase.
Yeah.
More faction reviews, but
Little,
we call them army showcases.
It's, you know, we're looking at an army.
We're looking at an army.
Faction.
And we're showcasing it.
It's more, yeah.
Yeah, it's a review. Anyway, we're doing Isengard from our resident Isengard player.
It was like my first army. It's the army, it was like when I came back into the game, I'm playing Isengard, I'm repainting my Isengard. Saruman. Oh, yeah.
Beautiful boy.
So Isengard, they're you know, in the movies, they're like the main antagonist of the first two films.
First two, that's it.
Yeah. You know, like the Numenorians built the tower.
Yeah.
It guards the
Orthanc.
forts. Orthanc.
And then that was given to Saruman by Gondor at some point.
Yeah.
And then Saruman was like, I
What if
like many colours, and I now like Uruk-hai.
What if I was evil? Fuck you, Gandalf.
What if I had the ring?
Yeah.
So that's what he did.
Yeah.
But yeah, so they're in between the Misty Mountains in the Gap of Rohan. That's where Orthanc sits.
Hey, chill there. Like,
They do their little
Isengard
thing.
guard the fords of Isen, the River Isen.
Yes, they do. He, I guess it's basically just he.
It's basically Saruman
He's-
is most of the.
He
the
is
faction.
Isengard.
Yeah.
He's Isengard. There's not really peasants or anything, I don't think.
no, he
It's
chills
one
there.
man and a bunch of self-made warriors.
Yeah.
Although he does...
He does have his mate. He does have his best mate.
Oh,
Grima.
his little friend.
His little friend.
Little slimy boy.
Best friend, Grima Wormtongue.
He does mess around with Dumlin a fair bit.
He does.
So there's a bit of a relationship going on there.
Yeah.
It's cheeky.
Yeah.
It's a
Yeah.
nice little place. I think everyone knows about Isengard.
Yeah.
Everyone, even those who don't know.
Yeah. They're like it's Mordor, Gondor, Isengard, Rohan. Like those are the four factions that are like the big factions of the game.
The big four.
The big four of the game.
As we have called them for a long time and not just made up on the spot now.
Yeah.
But let's jump into the profiles because we've got a few. So we're just
Yeah.
going to skim through them.
So big
Starts
boy,
off with Mr. Many Colours.
Mr. Isengard himself, Saruman the White, Saruman the Many Colours, the best spellcaster 4 points in the game. I will die on that hill. The only other spellcaster that comes close is going to be Sauron.
Mm-hmm. But it's not a fair fight.
Yeah, but he's 450 points and Saruman's 200. The only
Sauron
others
can do a whirl.
Yeah, Sauron is a monster as well as a spellcaster.
Yes.
Pure spellcaster, Saruman the White, hands down beats almost
Yeah,
everyone.
2 pluses on virtually everything.
Yeah.
Is it
All the
3
big
pluses
shit.
is highest?
5 plus is actually his highest, but
Oh, he does
that
have
is
5
flame
plus.
that is flame
Oh,
burst,
okay.
which is
Flame burst.
one of the best spells in the game.
Cardrish can get it on a 3 plus. So officially Cardrish, best caster in the game.
Kaddish gets another 3+, but he only has like 3 will.
But he can kill friends.
He can kill friends to get will. Yeah.
And then he can sacrifice himself.
And then he sacrifices himself for the re-rates.
Yeah, it's beautiful. Synergy.
Yeah, well I'm glad we went on a Kaddish rant. Tangent. Hey, Kaddish! We're actually talking about Mordor now, let's go.
Yeah.
Mordor battle report. No, showcase. Wow. Wow. Saruman.
15 minutes.
190 points, well, 180 points, 10 on horse. You should always take him on a horse. He's going to have a bad time otherwise. And realistically, he's 125 points.
Because you're taking Grima.
Oh, 215 points.
215. Because you're taking Grima.
You take Grima for 25 points.
Yes.
225 if you take Grima on horse, but that's not a model for that, so you fudge it, it'll be fine. Grima is an incredible addition to Saruman. He's basically a piece of war gear. You chuck on Saruman.
Really?
Yeah. But Saruman himself, fight 5, 3 fate, 3 wounds. He's got the Staff of Power, so he's 6 will and 1 every turn.
Can reroll failed cast.
Reroll failed cast is huge, especially with someone who has 2 ups.
Yeah, 2 ups on nearly everything.
You're just like, oh yeah, I'll transfix that boy. I'll roll my free dice. Oh, I rolled a 1. We'll re-roll that. Yeah. Done. Gets a 6. Easy.
Yeah.
And he's just such a reliable spellcaster because you can just throw those 1 dice at almost every spell he's got.
Sensational.
Sorcerer's Blast, he's got a nice offensive spell, well, 2 nice offensive spells with Flame Burst. Sorcerer's Blast will absolutely rinse a cav army. And on a 4+, he just knocks everyone down. It's a little worse since the new rules came out, but it's still great. Yeah. And then he Grima, you add Grima into the mix, and suddenly everyone's having to spend 2 might.
2 points of might for every 1 point of might they want to spend.
Yeah, well, except for mighting rolls and that kind of stuff. It's for heroics. Heroics. Yeah.
He's also OP in Storm the Camp because you can add him to one of your opponent's warband.
You leave him there.
And he just messes around in that army. They cannot kill him until he reveals himself.
So that's if Saruman dies or if he attacks another model. Deliberately charges.
Charges. So, but essentially your opponent's going to be sacrificing 3 models
to
hold
trap
him at the back of the board.
Yeah.
So
the other way to run him is just chuck him in your actual army and you get him as close to the thick of it as possible. Within 6 inches of him, everyone has to spend 2 might, and you're just having a great time. It's an expensive strat at 215 points.
Works. Suddenly captains
are almost useless.
Yeah.
Yeah, they've got 1 might suddenly, and it wrecks even like big heroes. Like you've got like an Aragorn. Oh, he has to spend his free and an extra point of might from his store. Like, that's huge.
Boromir suddenly only has 3 points of might.
Yeah, Boromir suddenly has 3 points of might.
Hand grenade means nothing.
Yeah, no, it's a great list with Saruman. But next up, you'd probably want to chuck in Lurtz. Yeah.
It's probably the only big hero, and that's really saying something about Isengard army list. They don't have a lot of big heroes.
Isengard are king of averages. In terms of their heroes, like they
mid-tier heroes, out the wazoo.
They have I think they have 10 mid-tier, or maybe only 8 mid-tier heroes, but like they've got some really, really solid mid-tier heroes. Probably some of the best mid-tier heroes in the game.
Yes.
Lurtz, chief among them, 90 points.
90 points.
Fight 5, 3 attacks, 3 wounds, strength 5, D6. Like he's hitting hard.
Solid.
Yeah. Only got 1 fate, which is a problem with all Isengard heroes.
And 1 will.
Yeah.
That's huge. I didn't realise how big of an issue that was going to be. But 1 will.
1 will is...
Oh, boy.
For an army made by a sorcerer, having 1 will on all your heroes is a bit odd.
Yeah. It's rough.
It's very rough.
It's rough.
So yeah, they will struggle against a magic army. But... they are solid regardless. Even their troops, which we'll get to, will still do the damage even if your heroes are being knocked out.
Next up, we have the actual true leader of the Uruk-hai,
Ugluk.
Ugluk.
Of
the scout.
Yeah, I've never run Ugluk Scouts.
I love Ugluk. Ugluk is brilliant.
Yeah.
He's shit, but brilliant.
He's 3 might, 2 attacks, 2 wounds.
Yeah, so the beginning of the 3 might captains that we're starting to
Yeah.
see these days in the game coming.
Yeah, he's solid, but I personally have literally never put him on the table.
Head Taker special rule is decent.
Yeah.
12-inch stand fast for warriors and heroes, but you do need to kill one of your own models within 2 inches of him, which is
It works.
not the
It
worst
works
thing.
nice. It works nice.
It is good. It is very nice.
Isengard actually have a huge amount of
Countering,
countering, breaking, countering, making courage. Yeah. So
Their
like
army rule.
the army rule at 66%, 66 you aren't broken or making courage checks. Sorry, until 66% of your models are dead. Saruman has got his 12-inch standfast.
You got Head Taker,
Ugluk. I think Thryden has a 12-inch standfast as well.
Possibly, I need to look into that.
I'm fairly certain he does. Heroes are solid enough. I think they're courage 4. Lurtz is courage 5. So
and your warriors are base courage 3, which
Base
is
courage 3.
base among the
evil,
the game.
Evil factions usually have about courage 3.
2.
Oh, even men factions.
Men are usually courage 3.
Yeah. And then
it's pretty decent. Next up, we have the King of Whiffing. My personal
Mauhur.
favourite, Mauhur.
What?
Amazing on paper, sensational. 3 attacks, fight 5, 2 might.
Looks
strength
incredible.
5. What more do you want? He
looks
moves
absolutely
8 inches.
invincible.
Little pineapple boy.
He's got 8-inch move on all your scouts as long as you spend the points, or
Unless you take the Legend of Legion, but that's
there's a couple of legendary legions that let him do 8 for free. He looks absolutely solid. He's only got 2 might, so he's basically a captain with 8-inch move. Oh, a scout captain with 8-inch move. But I have the amount of times
Ones
I've run
and
a game.
twos. Loves a 1 and a 2.
Or worse, loves getting absolutely shot off the board immediately.
That.
He'll take almost every deck game I played with him. He'll take 1 wound from a shot and fail his fate. He's suddenly only on 1 wound and he runs in and dies.
But the thing is, so many times I've thrown him into like 1 model. I've gone, I got fight 5, 3 attacked. I'm heroic combating, no problem. You're dead. I'm strength 5. I need 4s to kill you. 1s and 2s.
1s and 2s.
Oh great! I lost that. Oh, my opponent rolled a 6 to wound me.
Oh, I died. I have watched Mauhur, not me playing, but against a Mauhur. I've watched him die to a banner.
Oh yes, suffocated by a bit of cloth.
Old mate, massive Urukai man, and a Minas Tirith banner. He's gone.
Yeah.
Amazing. Only really in any of my armies, which he is almost always in my armies, for that 8-inch move. It's basically like it's you can add Wild Riders, but it's their most efficient form of movement.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
And it's only an extra point per model, so
Yeah.
Well, it's only on the Scout Warriors.
Yes, the Scout Warriors, unless you're
But
running the Legendary Legion.
it's decent.
Yeah.
Next up, is it Vrasku?
Vrasku is
Another G-dub made-up boy.
my favourite model in the entire list.
Crossbow with 2 shots a turn.
Expert shot, hitting on 3s with a strength 4 crossbow. What a beast. 3 might, but the only evil model to have heroic accuracy as well.
Oh, yes.
Which is just huge. He does so much damage, though lately I have been noticing he seems to not be able to wound anything. I've been rolling 1s and 2s with his crossbow to wound for the last 4 games I've played him. Oh my god. But it still doesn't change the fact that he is an absolute beast.
Yeah, he's incredible.
And no
I'm
slouch in
always scared
combat.
seeing him on the table.
Yeah, no slouch in combat, fight 5, strength 4, 2 attacks. Strength 5, 2 attacks. Yeah, massive.
Slap you around with that crossbow.
Absolutely. And then we've
Is
got...
it next? Is it just
we're on to Shaku, which is not a hero I've actually had any experience with.
No, my only experience is going up against Shaku.
Yeah.
And no matter what I would do, he would survive. I've surrounded him with elves. I've surrounded him with elves of Spearsport. I've surrounded him with heroes, with Boromir, and he always survives. He always wins.
I've never run him, but he does have some solid little rules. His little dagger,
Riding dagger.
yeah, strength 4 hit even if he loses.
Yeah. Is that only
it's
on
for-
heroes though?
I'll have to double check that. I don't think so. I think it is
Something
just
will
if he
say yes
loses.
or no.
He loses a fight, and for every failed wound, he does a strength 4 hit. I think
That might be, yeah.
it's something along those lines. But it's a solid rule. He's a good mount. He's the only mounted hero in other than Thryden, only mounted hero in the list. Only mounted orc in the list. Warg Rider. He's got a legendary legion, which is
Shaku's riders.
it's
Something.
not terrible. It's not the worst legendary legion, but it's definitely not up the best. No, he
It's
gets
no riders of Theoden.
Riders of Theoden. No,
Arise, son of Shaku.
right, son of Shaku. Imagine if he came in with
+1 fight,
Plus
+1
one.
strength on the charge. Let's go.
Oh, what a good legendary legion. He gets like a free hero combat, but at fight 4, 3 attacks on the charge.
Risky stuff.
Risky, yeah.
Who's
and then
next?
we've
Because
got,
I'm at a loss.
well, we've got the Dunland heroes next.
Yes. But we are going to do another showcase
Yeah.
about Dunlan. We're going to separate them.
Yeah,
So you
we're
can
gonna do-
obviously bring Dunlan into Isengard.
Which I do love to do. Thryden and Goroth are some great additions, even just to a regular Isengard list.
Nasty heroes,
They are
those
very,
two.
very good heroes, but we will talk about them in much more detail when we do Dunland Legendary Legion.
Yes.
And then we've got the captains.
Captains have got the regular Uruk-hai captain, and you've
Yeah.
also got the Uruk-hai scout captain.
They're very solid captains.
Basically, the only difference is defense.
Yeah.
So you can get your Uruk-hai captain up to D7,
Yep.
and your Uruk-hai scout captain can go
D6.
to D6.
The other difference is, I think from memory, the Uruk-hai Scout gets the two-handed weapon, and I don't know if the Uruk-hai Warrior Captain gets two-handed weapon.
I don't think so.
That'll again flash on screen if we're wrong.
If I remember to do that.
Yeah. And then they've got
Shamans?
shamans. A shaman. And a drum.
And a drum, yeah, because drums can...
Drums are heroes. So the shaman is solid. It's a fairly standard shaman of transfix and fury. You can give him armor. He's a solid addition if you don't have Saruman.
Yeah.
I run him occasionally. Fury is lovely, and yeah, I mean, you never really transfix with a regular shaman for the most part, unless you're up against like all hero army or something ridiculous. And then the drum. Drums are great though.
Just an Uruk-hai warrior.
It's just an
with
Uruk-hai-
one fate.
Yeah, it's
Or
just
Uruk-hai scout, sorry, with one fate.
Uruk-hai Scout with one fate, so he's on D5.
Yeah.
But he also, I think, only affects Uruk-hai Isengard models, whereas there is a drum a little bit further down the list that will affect the whole army. Affect Isengard, the troll drum.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So yeah, going into the warrior profiles, they have some of the most solid warriors in the game.
Jack of all trades.
Yeah.
Well, I think that's the title of this army is
Isengard, yeah.
Jack of all trades, master of none.
Absolutely, yeah. Oh, Master of Magic. But Isengard warriors fight 4, strength 4, D6 if you give them a shield. They've got pikes, which are massive. 3 attacks if you're lining them up all right, but you've got to worry.
They don't have the phalanx rule
Exactly.
like Eastlings do.
You do have to worry you're not trapping yourself. So a lot of people will run a couple of extra pikes. Like myself, I'll usually go about 2/3 pikes to shield boys, but some people will go even lower.
I know
I know a few people that'll.
I know one person who runs no pikes at all, and it's just
Yeah.
spear. It's just shields.
To be fair, a very good player,
Oh, Jonathan, he's incredible.
but I don't know how I rate that. It's good.
His doesn't matter how you rate it.
Yeah, exactly. To be fair, his record speaks for itself.
Yes, yes.
But I personally will always run some pikes, especially to chuck behind the
And
heroes.
that's why we're shit and he's not.
That's why I've never won a tournament. A chuck behind a hero though, and you've got 5 attacks on most of them,
Yeah.
which is huge. But yeah, solid troops. They get crossbows. They hit on 4s. Yeah, really, really good troops.
Very nice stuff.
The scouts themselves are very, very solid.
Exactly same thing.
Yeah, but
they only go to D5.
Only go to D5. They get Urukai bows instead of crossbows.
Yeah, so 18-inch strength 3 bows.
Yeah, which are very
and
good.
for an extra point, you can make a Mauhur's Marauders,
Which-
only within his warband.
Yeah, unless you're running the Legendary
But
Legion, but then they're free and they're all 8-inch mode.
So it gives them 8-inch movement. They just
Oh, I love chucking axes on some 8-inch move scouts because suddenly you've got 8-inch move, strength 5, and like they're pretty low defense anyway. So like most of the time, like especially D4, D5, they're probably going to die after a fight regardless. So if you win the fight, you're cutting them down. They're a bit of a glass cannon.
but they're very, very handy. To
Very handy, absolutely. And then they've got the Berserkers, actually.
How did we nearly forget that?
A couple.
just-
They do have one of the worst models in the entire game. But
Just
we'll get to
whilst
that.
it's on my mind, they also have ferals.
That's literally what I was about to
Yeah.
say. The worst model.
Because I
In the game.
completely forgot about ferals.
It's just because they are too expensive and don't do anything.
Yeah.
Like, they don't do anything different to a Berserker. A Berserker, 15 points, 2 attacks, D5, D6 when getting shot at, fight 4, strength 4.
Decent courage as well, don't they?
Yeah, 7 courage. They've got Oblivious to Pain, which rarely goes off. It's a 6-up save. And they also have the Berserker Blade, which they can elect to hit every model in the fight if they two-hand, which is really nice, but I rarely do use it.
Yeah.
Though, they're like just the worst cousins, the ferals.
Yeah.
Ugh.
There's only... I'm going to say one thing about them, and that's all we're going to talk about. The only good thing about the ferals is the models and chopping their heads off to put human heads on
Making
to
them
turn them
Reavers.
into Reavers.
Yeah.
That's it.
They
Done.
are.
Goodbye,
The thing
ferals.
is, the ferals are stunning models, useless. And
Next
then
up, what
trolls.
do we got? Trolls. Big boy trolls.
They're big boy
They're
trolls.
trolls that you can give them a shield and a spear.
Give them a shield, give them a drum.
Drum. So that affects everyone in the army.
Yeah, so well, it affects all Isengard models, which is difficult when you go a mixed force of Dunland Isengard, because Dunland actually don't have, well, a lot of the Dunland heroes don't have the Isengard keyword, except for I think the Oathmaker.
The Oathmaker, and he can
And
make
he makes his warband
Wild
Wildman. Yeah.
into Isengard models.
Yeah, so the other models in the list are the Dunland Warriors, which we're not going to talk about just yet.
Yeah. There's also Wild Riders.
Oh yeah, Wild
the
Riders, yeah. Which, yeah, they're solid. Throwing
Wild
spears,
Riders.
they're Wild Riders, strength 4. They're good. They're very good. I have recently lost my Wild Riders. I lost them in my move. I don't know where they went. I haven't seen them in 6 months. Which is why I've been running scouts lately. Yeah. So yeah, that's Isengard. They are, yeah, like we've said, jack of all trades. They are such a good army. One of my favorites.
Actually, Bomb Team.
Oh,
and Ballista.
True. Things I never really run, though they are very good.
Yeah.
I'm a player that doesn't super like weird cheesy strats or siege weapons because I don't.
This is why we're shit.
This is why I've never won a tournament. But I don't think siege weapons belong on a regular battlefield.
No.
The smaller ones, go for it. You know, the bolt thrower,
ballista.
the small
Khazad-dûm
ballista,
ballista.
the
I get that.
siege bow, those things. Yeah, sure, they'll transport them in. Where the fuck are they getting the trebuchet? Where are they getting this? Why are they carting this ballista in if they're not attacking a fortification? Attacking or defending a fortification, go for it. I just don't think they.
So
belong.
we're going to let you guys read up on the rules of the Bomb and Ballista.
They're
But
good.
They have them. They're good. They're solid and really good in the Isengard Helm's Deep Legendary
Assault
Legion.
on Helm's Deep Legendary Legion is
Very
good.
solid. Bomb Ballista combo.
Yeah, but I just don't like them that much.
Fair enough. That's fair.
I don't even own a ballista actually. Got a couple of the bomb teams, but that's just because they came with every pack forever.
Yeah.
Kind of thing.
They're
Everyone
very
seems to have a bomb ballista. Oh, hello, Percy. Hang on. Everyone wants it. It's Dog Cam. Hello. Oh, all right. dickheads. Oh, wow.
That was aggressive.
Oh, sorry. They're a really solid army at almost every points value. Like, you can really beef out an Isengard list by chucking a Saruman in, even at higher points. Chuck a troll in. They suddenly, they're able to deal with those really big heroes, especially if you can just Saruman transfixes them, troll goes in, munch. And even at lower points, like, you run, like, I've seen 200 points of Isengard Assault on Helm's Deep Legendary Legion with the captain at 3 attacks, 3
might?
3 might or 3 wounds? I think it's 3 wounds.
Might be.
Anyway,
Something happens.
he gets 3 of something. He gets 3 attacks, I know that much. He will still do really well with just a solid little block of warriors, even at 200 points.
You know a thing or two?
I know a decent amount.
No decent.
That's the one list I can probably actually
Say
talk
I know
about.
things about.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair.
All right,
Well,
guys.
Make sure you do your subs, your likes. Definitely leave us a comment. Tell us how you would run Isengard at whatever points value
I would
you
absolutely
want to choose.
Yeah, I'd absolutely love to go through a list if you want to chuck it down in the
Yeah,
comments.
because much like Lawrence, he's going to steal that list and use it to try and win a tournament.
Exactly.
That's why we do this.
Please give me a tournament winning list. I need this.
Go and follow us on Instagram at Last Alliance of Noobs and Men. It's good fun.
Very fun.
I need to get a bit more active on there. I've been a bit lackluster recently. Thanks for listening to 2 Noobs. Have a yarn.
All right. Thanks for watching, guys. Catch you later.
Bye.